Hello students, in this video let us try to understand about the magnetic moment of any substance or of any complex provided to you. How can you calculate it, right? And what is this concept? Let us try to find it out. See, as far as the magnetic concept is concerned, you are aware that there are two types of substances in general. One is paramagnetic substances attracted by the magnetic field and they have unpaired electrons. Other is the diamagnetic substances repelled by the magnetic field and they have paired electrons within their atomic orbitals, right? However, the magnetic character of any substance can be expressed in a best possible way in terms of the magnetic moment. Now, it has been observed the larger the number of unpaired electrons within a substance, the greater is the magnetic moment. Okay. Now, this magnetic moment arises due to two types of motions of the electron. One is the spin motion of the electron around its own axis. How can you consider it? So, this is an electron, right? It will be having its own axis and this electron will be revolving around its own axis. So, that will create its spin motion, right? So, due to the spin motion, there will be a certain factor generated towards the magnetic moment or contribution will be created towards the magnetic moment and that will be called as a spin magnetic moment. And the other aspect of it is an orbital magnetic moment. Now, what is an orbital magnetic moment? It occurs due to orbital motion of the electron around the nucleus. So, this electron is moving within the orbital around the nucleus and it will produce a certain magnetic moment which will be now called as an orbital magnetic moment. So, you are aware till now that magnetic moment results due to contribution of two parameters. One is spin magnetic moment and the other is the orbital magnetic moment, right? If in any case, if there is only spin magnetic moment contribution towards the magnetic moment, then the formula which you can apply for the calculations is mu is equal to root of n plus 2, where n is the number of unpaired electrons, right? You can also apply the formula mu is equal to root of 4s s plus 1, okay, where s is the resultant spin quantum number. So, it is almost the same thing, number of unpaired electrons and the resultant spin quantum number. I will consider the formula, both the formulas, and accordingly will calculate it all as well, right? But you have to remember both these formulas are applicable when it obeys only spin magnetic moment. Clear? Now, let us move ahead. Now, let us consider an example of gadolinium in its +3 state. The configuration, electronic configuration for gadolinium is Xe4f7. So, it has 7 unpaired electrons in its valence shell, right? How many, what will be the S value for this? S value for each unpaired electron is 1/2 definitely. So, what will be the resultant spin quantum number S? That is 7 unpaired electron. So, it became 7 into half is equal to 7 upon 2. Now, consider the formula, that is mu is equal to root of 4s s plus 1. You have to just fill down that s values and accordingly you will get the value of it, that is 7.9 Bohr's magneton. Bohr's magneton is the unit for magnetic moment, right? Next, you have to take the same example and we are taking a different formula to it. So, mu is equal to root n plus 2. N is the number of unpaired electrons. How many unpaired electrons here? 7 unpaired electrons, okay. So, it becomes 7 plus 2, need to take the root of it, value again comes to 7.9 Bohr magnetons. So, you can observe this, if a particular complex or a particular complex ion is found to obey only spin magnetic moment contribution, then both the type of formulas can be applied to it and accordingly you can see you are getting the same results. However, the last formula which has been specified on the screen is related to spin orbital contribution both, right? So, as you know, S is the resultant spin quantum number and similarly L is the resultant orbital momentum quantum number. However, related to this particular concept, I will make a separate video, right? So, related to the spin contribution, we will consider one of the question, okay. So, consider the question on the screen, right. Let us first find out the number of unpaired electrons associated with the central ion, that is Mn, manganese. K4, that means the overall charge on the complex ion will be -4, right? Then further what you're going to check, you will find out the oxidation state of the manganese within this complex ion. Consider initially X is the oxidation state of manganese, which you want to find it out. So X plus this particular isothiocyanate ligand, what is the value on it? It is having a charge of -1. So it becomes X plus 6 into -1, and the overall charge on the complex ion is -4, right? So the value comes to, X will come to +2. So manganese is in +2 oxidation state, right? As far as the electronic configuration is concerned, manganese atomic number 25, the outermost electronic configuration is 3d5 4s2, and since it is in its +2 oxidation state, so this 2 electrons will be ejected out and it is left with 3d5 configuration. So how many unpaired electrons associated with the central element? It is 5 unpaired electrons. Clear? Now we'll directly come on the calculations. So for finding out the magnetic moment, since they are asking you spin only magnetic moment, so what is the formula? Mu is equal to root of n plus 2, right? Fill the value. How many unpaired electrons? 5. 5 plus 2. What will be the value now? It will come to 5 into 7, that is root of 35 Bohr magneton, right? So you are getting your answer directly now. What is the correct option? Option number B, right? If you are very much clear of what is the concept of magnetic moment and how to find it out, I'll provide you with one more question. You'll try to find the answer for this and comment me, so that I'm very much clear about it, that you are getting the concepts and you are now in a position to solve it out. So this is the question on your screen which you are going to solve by yourself, and you will comment me accordingly as per your answer. So what is the spin only magnetic moment of FeCN6 -3 ion? Central element here is Fe. What you are going to do first find out the oxidation state of the central element, then find out the number of unpaired electrons present within that element, right? And then fill up the formula, write down the number of unpaired electrons, and you'll get your answer. So I'm waiting for your comments. So it will be better definitely if you work on this, practice it regularly, you'll clear your concepts, right? So till then, work hard, stay safe.